And as you said, neither of these men used to go in the distance, and it was Aspinall that threw a big left and right. And King very calmly there tying him up.
Yeah, interesting tactics. Aspinall choosing to close the distance, immediately back his foe up against the cage here, looking to utilise the clinch to perhaps get this fight to the floor.
The clinch is also fantastic for sounding out, and that's that King suddenly spins his man.
Beautiful technique by Ricky King there, body to body suplex. And here he's on top. Tom Aspinall, half butterfly guard, he goes to full butterfly guard. Very calm, not in any danger at the moment. But here he spins underneath for a heel hook. That looks tight. Calbon team known very well for their heel hook abilities. Ricky King in all sorts of danger. He's trying to punch his way out of there. There's the tap.
You were right, Nick.
Unbelievable. First minute victory. Beautiful leg lock. What a way to start the night off, Malcolm.
Well, Tom Aspinall, big man, powerful man, 2 submissions from his 2 wins. And as you said, very calm, measured start by him.
Very impressive.
But to be expected, because on both men's record in their amateur record, just as good with the submission game, and he proved it today. Ricky King took him ground, obviously looking for his own ground game, and got caught out. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, Ricky King's going to be a little bit disappointed there. He's going to have to go back to drawing board. It was all over very quickly, and it's so hard to spin out of those heel hook attempts when you're not yet sweaty because the fight is still so early on.
Well, you said he's a prospect, and he proved it here tonight. Tom Aspinall, 2-0 now, both subs against a very good opponent, given his K1 background as well. As you said, only 21. What a future this young man's got. And from here, look, Nick, it's King that initiates the takedown.
Yeah. From here, Tom calmly recovers full butterfly, elevates his opponent, transitions to the heel hook, and there's the tap. He really had no choice. It's tap or snap. Ricky King looking forward to a long career.
Austin looking to get right back on track, but in his way, a man who does not know defeat.
Stuart He-Man Austin looking to bring in a superhero performance tonight, but Tom Aspinall, the epitome of that pursuit of perfection, and what a wicked right round kick.
Yes, already backs Stuart up against the cage, walks him down, and a big right hand.
Nice stuff from Stuart Austin. He was backed away and no doubt took that kick cleanly. That one landed, I was going to say, how long before the shot?
Yeah, he felt the kick, he felt the punching power, and I think he was wary of the way that he was really being walked down by Aspinall.
But a nice job in manhandling Aspinall to the floor. You know, he sort of big brothered him there against the cage. Aspinall was having his way on the feet and making a very educated decision with Stuart Austin and dropping there for that takedown. And nice control from Aspinall using that overhook. He is nasty off his back. I mean, he moves like a butterfly, but stings like a bee.
But good work here from Austin. It's the right tactic, putting pressure under Aspinall, who we saw, as we said, oh, look how he got up there, though, Chris.
Perfect hip escape. I mean, Austin was doing a good job trying to pin down the shoulders of Aspinall, but Aspinall only needed a moment's notice to get back up to his feet, and now it's Aspinall on the takedown assault here.
Yes, and let's see how Stuart Austin responds to this, because that's a very strong man looking to take you down here.
And a very experienced man on the grappling circuit. I mean, Aspinall is a high-level grappler. Just got his brown belt, but one of the very best in his division in the UK, a champion in gi and no gi. So he's on the mat daily and coached by some of the very best.
And they break again, and it's upright, and immediately you see the way Aspinall walks Austin down.
Nice overhand right there. And some good punching going on here, and clinch engagement afterwards from both of these two. It's a very calculated approach, and there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, Austin doing a good job against Aspinall, because Aspinall has walked through his first 3 opponents here. He's certainly not doing that to Stuart Austin.
Aspinall looking to get that big double leg takedown, and does so successfully here right in front of the commentary position, quite literally shaking the death's mouth.
And now he's throwing those big right hands. The He-Man Stuart Austin turning away. Oh, almost took the knee, and now Aspinall. This is what he does, Chris. He seems to keep the pressure on. He's a real pressure cooker fighter. He keeps it there. He keeps asking questions of you.
And a very holistic approach in MMA. Boy, I was going to say he's got such good Muay Thai experience with those knees and kicks, but He-Man Austin doing a good job of exhibiting some prowess there in the scramble and hitting that throw. Does so again here. Very nice stuff.
Halfway through the round, Chris, and he's done a real good job against Tom Aspinall, as you said here. Very clever defense. He stayed calm. He's not taken he's taken the pressure really well.
And Austin showing off that he is a formidable force. You know, both fighters landing successful takedowns, but it's Austin here in half guard, looking to pass, and he's got 2 minutes to cause some damage. He can still take this round.
He needs it, doesn't he? He needs to really maximize his time here now. And he's going for it with the ground and pound, and you can hear the response.
And Stuart Austin, very determined here. Nice stuff, controlling Aspinall in that half guard and using good shoulder pressure. And you'll notice the way he forces Aspinall's face away from the shrimp.
Now,
and he
Chris,
uses his forearm to do that there too.
That was virtually the halfway point that these fighters' fortunes changed in this round. If he can keep this up to the end, that makes it a real delicate balance, doesn't it? If he can keep this position in the last minute and a half.
Certainly the more effective grappling, and certainly the more aggression as well. Aspinall a little bit flustered and frustrated here, and Austin doing a good job of maintaining solid top control.
Well, you mentioned the term control. It's Aspinall that is used to being in control in his professional career. He's perfect 3-0. He's gone through them like butter, and now he's having to really think and work in a defensive mode.
And he's arguably got the higher level grappling pedigree as well. Great guard recovery from Aspinall, but opts to close up for full guard. A couple of nice cheeky elbows in for good measure. But Austin's staying busy.
And the judges are that last minute now, Chris.
Yeah, I was gonna say the judges are gonna be taking a close look at this, and the dominance that he's displaying with those top control elbows, couple of short little movements, not showing too much. Armbar attempt from Aspinall. Now swapping to the triangle. And a great sweep from Aspinall, but a good scramble in return from Austin.
And he comes back with the ground and pound to keep that pressure on into this last half minute.
And the big question there is, like, what do you score? Do you score the aggression and the offensive movements of Austin, or do you score Aspinall's counter? But it feel like that Austin able to end out ultimately on top. That's the difference, Malcolm.
Well, we're into that side the last 10 seconds, but you know what? Either way you look at this, and it's a tough one for the judges, this is close and a real test for Aspinall, as Austin's record would imply.
Yeah, both fighters exhibiting a ton of energy, but Austin, that classic Teen Titan background, hitting some nice takedowns and landing some good punches in between. And you can see Aspinall's early handiwork was good, but Austin shooting very successfully with that head inside single.
And here's where you think Aspinall might really start to take control again, isn't it? But it didn't really happen.
And it didn't phase Austin either. You know, Aspinall landed some very clean shots, certainly the most clean couple of leg kicks, but it was those nice, tiny throws, showing off that black belt in judo as Stuart Austin, and good top control all the way throughout. Judokas have such a strong top game, Malcolm, and Austin shows that off in spectacular fashion.
Well, that means for us, it's delicately poised going into round two. You can make an argument for either man, but for me, the defining moment of this, Chris, was that round was almost divided right at the halfway point. So Aspinall has been asked questions here, Chris, and it'll be interesting to see how this second round develops now, because he's used to stopping his men early.
And Austin right back to that head inside single attack. And it's interesting to see how Austin has all those ingredients from his strength and conditioning regime. He knows what it's going to take to go possibly the distance with a tough character like Aspinall. And Aspinall making him work here, looking for that triangle.
Yes, as you said, very, very comfortable off his back, a brown belt. And it's, you know, Austin obviously showing confidence, but might be made to pay for it here.
And Austin cannot get complacent here. Very good. We always say 2 arms in or no arms in. And he had 1 arm in, and that was a danger zone.
Oh, now he smacks down with the elbows and the right hand again.
Great stuff from Stuart Austin, tying up and really mitigating the attack.
Well, you mentioned something beforehand, Chris. The frustration of Tom Aspinall for the first time probably in his career.
And it's often when you see a high-level judoka versus a high-level jiu-jitsu player, and where jiu-jitsu guys are good off their back, judokas feel real comfortable on top. And nice armbar attempt from Aspinall, but Austin having none of it, Malcolm.
Yes, he's been relentless, and as you said, that cardio, a huge issue here, because both men have expended a lot of energy in this opening round and the early parts of the second round here.
But He-Man is ticking all of the boxes. You know, there's so many things going on in these little movements here, and the way he exhibits pressure, all these little tiny, minuscule muscle movements. And he's displaying all-star winning power right now, and, you know, coming up to 3.5 minutes in, Austin is showing good success.
Aspinall there, though, little chopping elbows in defense.
But Austin looking for that pass, chooses to triangle up and figure 4 here in half guard.
And at the moment, Mark Woodard, our referee, keeping his distance, so he's happy with the work that Austin is doing here.
Without a doubt. I mean, I'm of the opinion if you can put a guy on his back and you can hold him there and keep him there and cause damage, work to improve position, so what? Tough. And Austin showing off just how to do that in MMA.
And nice transition there, creating the space for those right hands. What he's got to be wary of, though, knowing how good Aspinall is off his back.
Well, it's interesting to see Aspinall happy to chuck in those elbows. What he's looking for is for Stuart Austin to give a lazy defense, possibly give a little bit too much space. He'll stuff an arm for a triangle, possibly pull a little bit too deep and try to close in as a opponent. He'll take for an armbar. Aspinall's being patient, but the clock is running, Malcolm, and that is not on his side.
No, Austin has continued right throughout this second round the way he finished the first. And we're past the halfway mark of the round now, Chris, and Austin is still in that control.
I like how Austin's constantly adjusting his hips. You know, he keeps those in the perfect point to maintain heavy, heavy top pressure. You don't need a ton of strength to hold the guy down. I mean, don't get me wrong, you got to keep working, but if you can exhibit perfect textbook placement, it's a lot to deal with.
Up kick there from Aspinall. Austin looking to get back in the pocket there, went to jump, but Aspinall timed his defense perfectly.
Nice explosion from Aspinall.
Oh, this has suddenly turned it around with 1.5 minutes to go, Chris.
And a referee watching very closely. Aspinall throwing down death from above with these big punches.
You mentioned Aspinall looking for maybe a slight chink in Austin's armor, a slight lack of concentration, being patient. It's paying off now.
Massive shots, hammer fist, straight hands, and he's constantly pressing the action here with this ground and pound assault, Malcolm.
Yes, as you said, if he's waiting for the opportunity. It was the up kick came, and now Austin looking for the leg.
Oh, big heel hook attack from him.
He's done it! Austin has done it!
What a finish!
Austin has done it!
I'm telling you, Stuart Austin was out of it there. I could see his eyes searching for something, trying to find daylight. And Aspinall had him in dark territory, but Austin responded in spades. Unbelievable stuff. What a big win for the He-Man Austin. And let's take a look at the replay there. Man, what an up kick from Aspinall, and a good scramble in elevating Austin. Came around, spun out on top, and really threw it at him. Big right hands, hammer fist. But Austin was patient, stuck to his training, hooked onto that leg, and soldier boy that thing, turning it all the way home. You'll notice the way he cranks that heel to the mat. That is a brilliant win for the He-Man, and a great comeback. It's Bama 21. And let's take another look at that angle. You can see the torque that He-Man was able to put on Aspinall.
Tom Aspinall, a hulking heavyweight, taking on the equally massive Adam Ruskak. Aspinall in the white and grey, Ruskak in the back, black and blue. Ruskak with a flying knee of sorts, I think.
Yeah, immediately trying to close the distance, but Aspinall easily taking this one to the ground. Ruskak trying to gain some sort of posture, now trying to turn away and frame to stand back up. Aspinall looking to go straight to the back, and he's on a standing head and arm here.
Standing head and armchair attempt from Aspinall. He scored one of the quickest knockouts in FCC history previously. Ruskak just jumping at him.
Yeah, very wild.
Ruskak looking like he's no stranger to the bench press. With a headlock. A schoolyard headlock from
imagine if he could
Adrian Ruskak.
Imagine if he could score a bulldog.
Give him a noogie. Go on. Take his lunch money. big knee from Tom Aspinall. Aspinall, though, putting in the work
here.
here.
We go.
Big punches from Tom Aspinall. This is going to be it. The referee takes a close look, and it's all over. Tom Aspinall keeps his lunch money and scores a huge KO here at FCC 15. The contest for you, Kamil Vanderlei Basilak against Tom Aspinall. And Jez, if I'm not quite mistaken, it's time to sound the unit alarm. Two big old boys in the cage. Let's hope it's built to withstand the punishment that these two are intending to dish out. High kick from Basilak.
Can't believe what I'm seeing, Brad.
One shot from either of these two, and this one is over. We've seen Aspinall knock out Tom Bankovic in seconds here to win the amateur heavyweight title at FCC.
Yeah, no doubt. We're not expecting this one to go the distance, but we'll soon find out. Both guys looking for a big shot. That's all it takes in this heavyweight class.
Yeah, Aspinall has got the chops on the ground. Nice jab there, stung Basilak. He's got the chops on the ground, but he may just be wanting to test himself here. Basilak has been stopped 5 times by strikes out of those 7 losses, so Aspinall may be seeing this as a good chance to test his stand-up against the big man. Desperation lunge there to clinch from Basilak. Clearly not liking the striking output of Tom Aspinall so far.
No, very quick hands from Aspinall. Good combinations.
Oh, big shot! And he's out! And it's all over! Tom Aspinall with a huge KO here at FCC 16. Kamil Basilak made a long trip here from Poland, much like Mr. T. He refuses to fly. Actually took a bus here from Poland, 20 hours. It's going to be a long journey back, Jez, after that huge KO at the hands of Tom Aspinall.
Very commanding performance by Aspinall. Used his quick hands, opened up an opportunity, unloaded, floored his man, and that was it. Game over. Another great victory by Aspinall, and we will certainly look forward to seeing him back here at FCC.
The size of Junior Carranza, and we know he's had that big 5-round war just at the end of last year, but then you wonder how much the toll that kind of fight has taken on him.
Oh, and he's broken his leg.
Oh my goodness. Sofian Bukachu with a terrible injury here at Cage Warriors 101. Tom Aspinall checking that kick.
Perfect,
and that looks to be a broken leg there.
I mean, that's horribly unfortunate. It's
Gentlemen, centre please. Gentlemen, you're going to protect yourselves at all times. You're going to obey my instructions at all times. You're going to keep fighting until I tell you to stop. Now touch gloves. Step back.
Great show of respect between these two big heavyweights. 3 5-minute rounds if they need them in the Cage Warriors heavyweight division. Referee Rich Mitchell, one of the best in the game, about to get this one underway. Tom Aspinall in the grey.
You ready?
Michael Ben Hamuda in the solid black. Touch of gloves and we are underway, and they are 2 big gentlemen down.
Yes, it made Rich look tiny during that stare down initially. Not wasting any time going in with some really big shots.
Heavy leg kick there from Aspinall.
Imagine getting kicked by that, oh my God.
Great 1-2 to the body there. Ben Hamuda looking to shoot early.
Tom. Over there, Tom.
I believe he was caught low there.
Michael, over here.
Well played by Tom Aspinall. Straight away, knew what he had done. That's a lot of control. People don't realise how difficult that can be.
Oh, just caught him with the foot there, through the knee, up the centre to the breadbasket. Just inadvertently caught his man with the foot. No malicious intent
sure?
there whatsoever.
Wait, you tell me when you're ready. You tell me when you're ready. You good? Okay, let's go. Time him.
Opts not to take the full 5 minutes. Ben Hamuda looking to get that French kickboxing style going. Aspinall landing the heavy leg kicks. Benamuda firing back with shots of his own.
Michael, close your fist.
Yeah, I really wonder whether Tom would look to take him down so he probably has an advantage.
Oh, huge shot! Aspinall drops the bomb! Looking for the finish and it's over! Unbelievable!
Yeah, I was just saying, wondering whether he's going to try and take him down or whether he's going to really try and show off his striking and stand and bang. And just as I'm saying that, he lands an unbelievable shot, puts him down, finishes up, and it's done.
When you're a 250-pound guy with professional boxing experience, it only takes one. It doesn't matter who's in there opposite you. Tom Aspinall landing that absolute mallet of a right hand. Huge knockout early in the first round. You know, last time out here at Cage Warriors, he didn't get the kind of victory he wanted. An unfortunate injury to Stefan Bokaciu. Today, he headlines again. He gets the big knockout. And this is going to be one to remember for Tom Aspinall. Talk us through the finish, Dan.
Well, what can I say? He threw the 1-2, landed with a massive right hand. It put Ben Humdilla on the back, and you know, he just landed. He landed everything that needed to be done. A couple of hammer strikes, a few down there, and he couldn't get pulled off fast enough. That was brutal. He was fully out there.
Watch the legs of Benamuda just instantly turn to jelly when that right hand lands, and really academic from there.
And across the octagon stick.
Aspinall in the red collier, in the blue. Look out for the boxing of Aspinall. He's got pro boxing experience and a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts. He moves like a welterweight.
Nice feints here. What we expect from Collier, what we saw from him at middleweight was him. Oh, big right hand on the temple there. And controlled power as well, Tom Aspinall, just checking his range and his distance. Very, very quick for a heavyweight. Good head movement. And only 9 fights in his record as well. I think the problem for Tom Aspinall a lot of the time was not only finding trade. Oh! What a finish! That's it! Wow!
Count for Tom.
Which is why he's got a mark on his record. But he's getting creative. But Aspinall charging forward.
I will say one thing about the MMA factory. There's a lot of big guys on a small mat. They clash often. So clinch work, short range fighting is going to be a speciality, but this is not ideal for him.
Yeah, this was a very smart move for Tom to take him down. When things are getting chaotic like that, if you've got that in your back pocket to be able to get the fight to the ground and look for control.
How impressive does he look here as well? He's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. There he is.
Andrei Arlovski is plus 210 as the underdog and the elder statesman in this matchup. You're looking at Tom Aspinall minus 260 as the favorite. Aspinall in the red, Arlovski in the black.
Well, as we know, Tom Aspinall, his fights so far have not gone very long. And if you're Andrei Arlovski and you have the experience in the octagon that he does, and you see the evolution in his game, how elusive he is these days, you think he's going to try and take his time, but right there, went in with the blitz. See Tom using some little feints. Oh, see that right hand? That got through, that got Andrei's attention straight away. Andrei's got to be careful. He kind of closed his eyes a little there. You cannot hesitate. Look at Tom, backing him up perfectly, using the little feints, using the footwork to back him up against the fence. That gives him nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. He's forced to exchange in a firefight when you cannot escape.
Team Cowbon is the team where Tom Aspinall trains back in Liverpool, England. Of course, the training home of Darren Till, also Mike Grundy in the UFC.
Yeah, we saw on the training footage there, because we know Darren Till's watching. Darren Till was taking a little hiding there of Tom Aspinall. Shout out, Darren. Tom looks so confident in there. So confident. He's got that lead hand low, using little feints. And this is officially the longest UFC fight of Tom Aspinall's career. Oh, he connected!
Oh, wow.
Right, as I say that, this could be the end.
Together.
Look at this.
in trouble here.
Look at the hand speed.
Or Arlovski's going
Andrei
in.
needs to cover up. This could be
Aspinall's trying to put it all together.
This is
Arlovski
it.
just
Done.
covering up, eating body shots.
Mark Smith gave Arlovski a lot of chances there.
And you see some damage on the face of Arlovski after that flurry.
I mean, you see the hand speed? That was insane. For a big guy, this size, this weight, to move like that.
For Arlovski, a little damage to the nose means the fight has just started.
Yeah, that thing's been broken about 1,000,000 times.
But now wearing the pressure of Aspinall, well, if those were not body shots, perhaps it would have been over, but Aspinall kept going to the body. You know, and if
He's having a little argument with the referee. The ref says, let go of the cage. He's like, I haven't got it. What are you talking about?
Fight for head position here and arm position.
I asked Tom about his grappling the other day. I said, you know, if it hits the ground, how is that? And he said, what? I said, no, you're grappling. He said, what's grappling? Of course,
that's one way to approach it.
If you spend any time with Darren Till, you're going to develop a sense of humor. So I think he's joking there. His dad runs the jiu-jitsu program down at Team Carbon, so he knows what he's doing on the ground.
His father, Andrew Aspinall, is with him here tonight in the corner, as he is with all of Tom's fights. Under 2 minutes to go, round one.
This is good for Arlovski, though. It gives him a chance to get back into this fight. Landed a shot there. Tom was able to turn it, but as I say, you know, Arlovski now is recovered from that barrage of punches. He's got a little bit of damage on his face, but, you know, that's not going to trouble him. He's a long, super experienced veteran of this game.
How about Aspinall not burning himself out by just repeating with the punches? Kind of grappled a little bit.
Yeah.
Taking his time.
I mean, we didn't have a punch count on that combination earlier, but there was a lot of punches thrown. I don't know, 25 or so.
Let's go, Tom.
A lot of punches.
Coming up on a minute to go, first round. And after that exchange, it's mostly played out in this position right here. Aspinall forced him to clinch along the fence.
You know, if you think back to the fight between Alistair Overeem and Walt Harris, remember Walt Harris came hot out the gate, threw a massive combination, had Overeem hurt, but then the old veteran, who's been there 1,000,000 times, knows how to react in those situations, ended up turning the tables and getting a finish of his own in the second round, I think it was. Yep. So, you know, these old guys, never count them out.
Right.
As I said, you can't buy experience, it has to be earned, and it is so valuable in a situation like this.
Back to the center they go as Arlovski finds his way off the fence. Final 20 seconds of the first round.
Oh!
Big right from Arlovski.
Both guys connect there. Heavy shots.
Aspinall still moving the head. Another kick up top from Arlovski. Final seconds of round number one. Round two coming up.
Right here, Tom. Remember, can't grab the top of it. All right, that's it. Can't rest your hand on top of it. Second round. Behind the line, Andrei. All right, guys, second round, fight.
Round number two here at heavyweight between Tom Aspinall and Andrei Arlovski.
Oh.
The corner of Arlovski was encouraged that I believe they might have the fresher fighter here in round two. Nice body shot from Arlovski.
Yeah, they were happy about the amount of energy that Tom expelled there, and he certainly did. But he's a young man, he trains hard, he's very motivated to win this fight. So I'm sure he can go 3 rounds hard. However, this is uncharted territory for Tom because, as we know, he typically ends his fights very, very quickly. Now, when you connect with somebody as many times as Tom did, and the man stands there, that sends a message, hold on, this guy isn't going to fall like the rest. And, you know, Tom's a young man, he's very confident. But some people, you never know, that can affect their confidence, their psychology, their approach to the game. It's like, whoa, hold on a minute. I'm used to people falling over when I hit them. What is happening? And there it is, look at that,
man,
it's
just
over.
A blitz and goes right under the chin. A tap quickly for Arlovski. Tom Aspinall, submission victory in round two.
66-pound divisional limit, and both men have an identical reach of 78 inches. The same can be said for that man, Tom Aspinall, the biggest betting favorite on our main card tonight.
Tom, ready? Fight's on.
All right, tonight's Fight Clock is brought to you by the U.S. Army. That is Tom Aspinall out of the Southpaw stance to open in red. Serghei Spivoc is in black.
You can see the agility from Tom straight away. Nice feint, closing the gap, pushing Sergei backwards.
And when Sergei Pavlovich was unable to get to Las Vegas, you had to sort of wonder aloud if they could find a heavyweight on short notice to step in and face a guy like Tom Aspinall. But Serghei Spivoc, understanding the opportunity, signed on the dotted line.
Yeah, exactly. Did himself a lot of favors there. And that's a nice 1-2 from Tom. And he said as well on the flip side, listen, I'm here in Vegas. I want to fight. I put all this work in. I want to have a training camp. I want to get paid. And I will continue to rise through the rankings. And that's something he spoke to me about. You know, he said, obviously, last time he beat Andrei Arlovski, who's a former champion. He said he doesn't want to ascend that quickly. You know, he wants to take his time. He said, as I say, he's very humble. He said, I'm not ready for those names like an Ngannou or you know, Stipe Miocic, those people like that, or the great DC if he was still around.
Come on.
He said, but I've just got to take my time. But unfortunately, you start beating guys like Spivoc and Arlovski, you got no choice, buddy. You're in the deep end.
Another top 15 win, it would be if he can get past Spivoc. Right now, Aspinall's doing a good job of feinting. Got Spivoc on his heels. Sergei needs to try to go forward to initiate the wrestling.
No denying the confidence of Tom Aspinall, but there's also a definite humility there. He's had a lot of quick finishes. He says he's never fought in front of 20,000 people. He doesn't know how he would fare. So, to your point, Michael, this man is very aware of self, and there's a definite humbleness to him as well.
Aspinall's got some fast hands, man.
Fast.
He's really fast, really agile.
And his background was jiu-jitsu. You know, when he first saw UFC 70, which I was on, by the way, but the main event, who was it? Oh, that was Andrei Arlovski.
Did you take somebody down?
No. But he saw Andrei Arlovski.
How many takedowns you had in your career?
He thought, wow, that inspired him. I thought he was going to say
smart.
But he said, but he was teaching jiu-jitsu privates back then when he was just a kid. You know, so he's got very fast hands.
Oh!
Still all the rage! Wow, what a moment for the budding heavyweight contender!
Wow.
Told you.
Bisbing, I told you he was good. Since before the fight, I was like, this dude's really good.
It's not what he said.
You're so crazy. You're so crazy,
man. How about that?
I mean, to generate that power from that close is very impressive.
And when you look at his last 3 victims, the way they've all sort of crumbled under his pressure, unbelievable.
About to try to get into the clinch. Aspinall lands a beautiful knee. Right hand there hurts him bad. I mean, he was barely getting his foot back to the ground, and he hits Spivoc with that right hand. Look, oh, that's an elbow.
Yeah.
Oh, he landed a beautiful elbow in tight there. Now, that's twice we've seen him do that. We've seen him land a knee on an incoming opponent, and then a combination behind it. This time a knee, and then an elbow that hurts Spivoc. Now, as Michael goes in to interview him, this is another guy. Now it's time to see him against some of that upper echelon competition. I hope Mike asked him that.
What an elbow for Tom Aspinall. Tremendous performance here tonight. Sharing a moment with Daniel Cormier here. I'm trying to eavesdrop what they're saying, but Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt
of Tom Aspinall with the backing of Team Kaobon behind him. This is the biggest fight of his career. Alexander Volkov beat a former champion right here in this building. He'll be looking to emulate that performance tonight.
Tom wasting absolutely no time.
Never does he, Michael?
Nah, he's a fast guy, fast starter. Not so much a fast talker, though, unless his fists do that. And there it is! 1, 2, 3.
Unbelievable speed for a man of his size. He was a little guy growing up, and he's carried that agility and speed with him, that welterweight style, they call it at Kaobon.
He's certainly not intimidated by the moment, being the aggressor early. There's a nice check for Volkov.
And straight in, look at that! Wonderful timing.
The entire octagon shook.
Mixing his arts early is Tom Aspinall.
Took him down with absolute authority, and he's in a great position. Side control with the right underhook.
Smart to pull Volkov away from that fence a little bit too.
Yeah, gonna chip away with elbows. If he can get a dominant position here, I mean, we could have an early night.
Volkov looking for a lockdown on the right leg of Aspinall, but he's not really stretching him out at the moment.
I mean, they are right here, just feet away in front of us.
Cut already opened up on the side of the head there of Volkov.
Dropping those elbows.
Big pressure early from Aspinall.
Volkov's going to try and get full guard back. He's going to try and get back to his feet. He's got the underhook on the left side. He's going to get on the right elbow and try and start to build a base. But Tom is having absolutely none of it. There's another elbow.
Aspinall giving him a shelling at the moment. Huge punches here from the Manchester man.
Volkov's got no answer for this right now.
No, this is just explosive ground and pound from Tom right now. And you see the head of Volkov starting to really leak here. He's got to be careful trying to get up from here.
He's got a Kimura grip.
He's going to pull that over to the other side here, but he's got it in deep. Volkov needs to be very careful here. One mistake, this fight's over.
Tom backs out of it.
Let it go. Knee to the midsection. There's the elbows. Nice job by Volkov, though. Back to his feet.
His head at him.
He's like, come on, bro. You think that's all I got?
Oh, right hand from Volkov.
One thing that Volkov said, and I'm not sure if I agree with it, but he said, Tom hasn't been to deep waters. I have many times. I believe that's a disadvantage for Tom. I don't know if it is, but that certainly seems to be the approach or the mindset for Volkov, that if he can get Tom, and that's a big if he can get him to the later rounds, he'll start to take over. But that if is getting bigger and bigger by the second.
Still have 2 minutes in this first round.
Bit of a slip.
Oh, nicely dug there by Aspinall.
A little smile from Volkov as well. It's the ear as well. He split the ear of Volkov open. At least that's what it looked like.
Oh, wow. Unbelievable head movement by Aspinall.
That's how you do it. You slip the shot, you use their forward momentum against you, you drive through. I mean, the guy's so technically good. He's listening to his corner, looking up, waiting for instruction. As I said, he's so calm and composed. And now this is trouble.
Straight arm lock attempt here from Aspinall. He's done it! What a moment for Tom Aspinall! That is the biggest win of his career. Of action. Aspinall is wearing red, Blaydes is wearing black. This fight clock is brought to you by Modelo.
Tom said he's going to push the action, but he's got to be careful. Curtis just landed 2 huge right hands.
Whoa! Oh, his knee's gone.
Wow!
His knee's gone.
Oh, such a shame.
What a tragedy that is. Oh, no.
Oh, that's just awful. Nobody in the building wanted this to happen.
Back-to-back weeks for the UFC. Who'd have thought it?
That's awful. I feel so bad.
So, obviously, Tom in a whole lot of pain here.
So, he didn't block the leg kick, but still there was so much force in the kick, I think, that... Let's take a look. And maybe it's when he stepped back. Oh, I hope it's not an ACL tear, but it's something significant like that, because Tom would not exit the fight like this if he could continue to fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 15 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Curtis Razor Blaydes.
To the top, going to take on some big challenges. This fight clock is brought to you by New Amsterdam Vodka. If you need a reminding, Aspinall's in the white, Tybura is in the red. One thing we know about Tom Aspinall, he's very quick for a heavyweight.
And he gets quick finishes. He almost got one down. The first kick that he threw.
That knee must be all right.
Yeah, I was going to say. I think so. Let's test it out. Tybura, as I said on the walk, came in 11 pounds lighter. And I said,
Still looks huge, doesn't he?
with the speed of Tom now. He said, not necessarily, but it will help. Marcin Tybura is a very, very tough man. Look at the hands. Look at the speed. Sorry, John. Tom is on fire. Look how loose he is, dancing around, right on the feet. That was a punishing front kick.
They paid attention to absolutely everything at the Aspinall camp.
He's got Tybura swinging at fresh air.
And Tom's so worried about the hands now. If he wanted to level change, drive through the double leg, it's right there.
Oh, nice.
Of anxiety, I would imagine, for sports fans not competing tonight. Sergei Pavlovich.
Here we go, boys.
Yeah.
You know what I love about both these two fights? I don't know.
No idea.
I don't know.
All right, Sergei Pavlovich in red, Tom Aspinall in white. UFC interim heavyweight championship on the line.
And if Tom thinks he's just going to take him down, Sergei's working with Steve Mocco down in Florida, one of the better heavyweight wrestling coaches in the entire country and around the world.
We talk about Pavlovich's size, but DC, Tom Aspinall walked into the fighter meeting and you said to him, man, you are enormous.
Well, he looks so much bigger in person, right? But it's because he's a little taller, long and lean for the heavyweight division. That's not what you used to see.
Oh, he hurt him. Sergei tagged him early.
Yeah, Tom took the dose.
But he knows.
Well, he's on notice now.
Yeah, he's on notice.
Toyo Tires, official tire of UFC.
You can't make any mistakes with Sergei.
Aspinall's father, Andy, in his corner. He's been at essentially every training session since Tom was 8 years old.
Those leg kicks will pay dividends.
Sensational. That was sensational.
Oh, he's the real deal.
Tom Aspinall is the real deal. My goodness.
And there is Michael Bisping.
I told you, mate.
Michael Bisping won his UFC title, of course, on 2 weeks' notice. He believes Tom Aspinall eventually will be the best.